What's up, everybody? Hope you've all been doing well, and welcome to the definitive Die Maschine Easter egg guide. Today we will be going over how to set up for the main quest, get a free guaranteed Juggernog and D.I.E Shockwave Wonder Weapon, along with all of its upgrades, and complete the main quest. First things first, we're going to want to make sure we have a custom blueprint for the Gallo setup, so let's go over that now. Set any attachments you like, but this is what I recommend. The Infantry V-Choke, Reinforced Heavy Barrel, Ember Sighting Point, 12-round magazine, and the Marathon stock. Once that's set, click LT to open the custom mod menu, name it, and save it. Now, this isn't the weapon we are going to spawn into the game with. We are actually going to drop in with a knife to maximize our points, as we need a lot to get this going. Use any melee weapon you want, but I went ahead and just used the combat knife. Stay in the spawn room until about round 9 so that you have at least 25,000 points. Stay longer if you want to, but if you have 25,000, you can open all the doors that lead down to the power room, buy Stamina Up and Quick Revive, buy the blue Gallo at the crash site, travel down the Ether Tunnel to get the Pack Punch part, Pack Punch the Gallo, and have just enough left over to apply the Dead Wire mod. The ammo mod is optional, but the Megaton is weak to dead wire, so I say better safe than sorry. While you are passing the rounds and saving up points, keep an eye out for Syntex grenades and decoy grenades, as they will help us with a later step. Once you have all those points, head through the door next to the crafting table, go upstairs, purchase Stamina Up, crouch down in front of the machine for some pocket change, and go ahead and do this for all the other machines you see. Open the next door, buy the Gallo, apply your blueprint by pressing Start, apply blueprint, and tab over to custom mods. You may have to do it twice, as sometimes it can be buggy. Then we want to destroy the obstruction to the tunnel, destroy the obstruction to the speed cola room, open the door to the particle accelerator, and finally open the door to the power room and turn the power on. Now we have 2 consoles that need to be activated. Go ahead and do that, and an anomaly will spawn on the central platform of the room. Activate the anomaly and make your way back up to the power room, then take the stairs back out into the spawn room. Now we are looking for a quest marker to indicate which tunnel we need to go down, but before we do that, let's head back the way we initially went and shoot the fuse box on the ground near the Ether Tunnel at the crash site, pick up the fuse, and head down to the pond to buy Quick Revive. Now take whichever tunnel is marked and pick up the Pack Punch part sitting in the corner. Take this back to the platform in the particle accelerator room and interact with the ghostly looking machine. We will be taken back to the normal world, and now we want to go ahead and activate the Coffin Dance Easter egg to give us some salvage, a free Juggernog, and potentially a D.I.E Shockwave or Ray Gun. All you need to do to activate this is shoot 5 orbs around the room. One is here, 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 and here. When you warp, the last zombie will die, and you will hear the music indicating a dog round is starting. But while you're in the Coffin Dance, there will be no hostile zombies. Since we are back in the Dark Ether, however, we should take this time to go ahead and open the other Ether Tunnel if you have enough points. If not, we can do it later. Once the dance is done, it will teleport you back to the staircase above Pack-a-Punch, and a medium loot crate will be on the ground. Open it up, grab the salvage and Juggernog, and see what your weapon is. If you really like what the crate gave you over the Gallo, go ahead and take that, but unless it's something really good, I would just stick with the shotgun. Now let's go ahead and get started with the guide. In the Deadshot Daiquiri room, down on the lower level, there is a gas collection device on the wall. Since we are in a dog round, we can go ahead and pre-fill this device up so that we don't have to worry about it later. Just head down and sit next to the device, wait for a dog to get next to it, and kill them. If you did it right, you should hear a vacuum kind of noise and visibly see that the gas is getting sucked up. When it's done, it will be clear that there is gas inside of it. Now you can save a dog if you want, but we're going to want to Pack Punch our shotgun, apply dead wire to it, and head over to the armory to get some armor. On the round after, we will get our first Megaton to spawn in, and we need him to activate a mushroom on a tree for a later step. This tree is located in the pond near Quick Revive, right next to the truck. Run to the pond, and if you need to, get down to just 1 zombie to make it easier. Stand next to the tree and get the Megaton to lob a blob of his poison at you. One of the characters will make a comment about the mushroom, and it will light up a purple color if you did it right. After this, we can go ahead and kill the Megaton and pick up the keycard that he drops. Take this keycard down to the basement, and in the Deadshot Daiquiri room, there is a cabinet we can insert the card into. Grab the remote it gives you, head back to the spawn room, and start a new round. To start this round off, we don't want to kill any zombies. We just want to run around and gather them all up until it looks like they've all spawned in. Open the pink door, walk past the glowing door on the left side, and interact with the crack in the wall to turn on the Die Shockwave that's hidden inside. Throw a decoy grenade at the door so the zombies are drawn to it, and after the machine sucks up enough zombies, it will say that it is ready to fire. We don't need decoys anymore, so I would recommend keeping an eye out for stim shots. They can really help with the boss fight. Carefully kill all the other zombies except for one, and go back to the crack, interact with it, and the door will blow off and you will be given a guaranteed D.I.E Shockwave Wonder Weapon. Now we need to build the Aetherscope by gathering 3 parts in the Dark Aether. There are 3 potential places this portal can spawn, and it will be random each time you play. The location of the first portal will also tell you the location of the first part for the Aetherscope. One portal can spawn right in front of the power switch, and the part associated with this portal appears on the lower level of the pack-punch room near the Aether tunnel. The second portal spawn is on the rooftop of Noct, aka the penthouse, and the part associated with this portal appears in the spawn room right underneath the staircase. The last portal spawns all the way in the back of the pond near the ammo crate, and its associated part is located on top of the main body of the crashed plane at the crash site, near the Aether tunnel up there. Whenever you pick up a part, a whole mess of dogs will spawn in, so carefully take care of them and try not to kill your last zombie. But once you have all 3 parts, you will be sent back to the regular dimension. Take these 3 parts to the workbench right below the pack-punch machine and assemble it. Once that is done, a new anomaly will appear on the upper catwalk of the speed cola room. Interact with it and head into the room nearby with the computer. Once you transport, there will be a diary on the desk. Pick that up, head out the right side of the room, go over the railing, and in the corner near the window, there will be a white anomaly. Interact with it to get it to show up, and then interact with it again to give it the journal. You can stand here and listen to this if you want to, and all the zombies will ignore you, but you don't have to. If you climb back up to the upper level, go through the hallway, take a left towards the trial machine, then on the right side of this area will be another apparition. Interact with it twice just like before, and then we can head back to the workbench under the pack punch to find the last one and interact with it twice. If you didn't get the chance to earlier, make sure you go back to the other Aether tunnel either at the pond or crash site so that all the tunnels are open. This will help us in a later step. Once he is done talking, you will be sent back and you can go to the computer to input the password. The machine will say that it needs power, so now we need to get the 4 elemental upgrades for the D.I.E Shockwave and shoot each of the 4 colored prongs at the bottom of the machine. These upgrades don't have to be obtained one at a time, as you can do multiple steps at the same time, but for simplicity's sake, I will just go over each element one at a time so that you guys can use the timestamps to navigate this video easier. The first upgrade we'll go over is the D.I.E Cryo-emitter upgrade. For the ice upgrade, we want to go to the rooftop of the building and look for a large wooden box sitting on the edge of the roof overlooking the pond. Simply shoot this box with your D.I.E Shockwave. Now head down to the pond and there will be an empty flask on the ground that you can collect. Take this flask to the tree with the mushroom, interact with it, and wait until the flask is filled. You don't need to advance the round or anything, you literally just need to wait like a minute or 2 and it will fill itself up. Pick the flask up and take it to the speed cola room where there is a crate across from the doorway where the Aether tunnel takes you. Interact with that crate to melt the chains, and then interact with it again to acquire the upgrade. Now we look at the large chamber, and there is a prong with a bluish color on the end of it, so we can shoot that with the ice upgrade, and it will fold itself up towards the chamber. The next upgrade is the Nova 5 upgrade. Head back towards the roof of the building, and all the way at one end, there's a canister sitting out of bounds where zombies can spawn. Using the vacuum function of the Shockwave by holding LT, you can get the canister to come back into bounds, and it will land next to you, and you can pick it up. And do you remember that device we pre-filled with gas earlier? You guessed it. Take the empty canister down to that device, interact with it, wait a few seconds, and interact with it again, and then we want to take this up to the crash site. Along the wooden fence by the plane wing is another crate. Interact with it to place the canister down, then shoot or knife the canister to make it explode, giving you access to the Nova 5 gas upgrade. Equip it, take it to the speed cola room again, and shoot the greenish colored prong to make it fold up. The next upgrade is called the Thermophasic upgrade. Once you've reached a certain point in the quest, there will be a new anomaly that spawns next to the tree with the mushroom on it. Interact with it and make your way back down to the Deadshot daiquiri room. Go to the lowest level of the room, and on the wall across from the Deadshot machine will be a crate that wasn't there before. Interact with it, and doing so will place the fuse that we picked up a long time ago, and the machine will activate a laser and then send us back when it's done. Now we need to go back to the pond, and on the back of the truck near the mushroom tree is another weapons crate. Interact with it to get the fire upgrade. Take this to the speed cola room, shoot the prong that has a reddish-orange color to the end of it, and then this will fold up the third prong, and now it's time to get the final upgrade, the D.I.E. Electrobolt. Now this one's pretty tricky, but if you have at least 2,500 points and open both ether tunnels, it can be done in one go. If you don't manage to get it on your first try, just play around, save a zombie, and try again. Your progress will not be lost. First, I would recommend switching back to the base D.I.E. Shockwave. This can be done by interacting with any of the crates. Since we're in the speed cola room, I just interact with the ice crate to get the ice upgrade, and then interact with it again to get the regular Shockwave ammo back. The final upgrade chest is located on the lower level of the pack-a-punch room, and the anomaly associated with it is nearby. What we need to do is absorb the power of 3 different orange ether crystals around the map, and they'll always be in the same place every time. First one's on the roof of the building near the stamina machine. Second is along the edge of the map in the pond opposite of the quick revive machine. And the last one is on the edge of the map to the left of the Juggernog machine. If you follow this route that I show you, you should be able to do all 3 on your first try. First, interact with the Anomoly portal to take you to the Dark Ether and immediately start running towards the Speed Cola room. Take that tunnel up to the crash site, head over to the Stamina machine, go a few feet past it and look up. Using the vacuum feature, make sure your ammo isn't full or it won't suck stuff up. Suck up the ether crystal. You'll know you're doing this right if you see orange stuff rushing towards your weapon, and when it stops, the tip of your weapon will be glowing an orange color. Now head back down that tunnel, run to the crate, shoot it into the leftish side of the crate. One of the 3 domes should now be lit up. Now we want to run to the Deadshot Daiquiri room and take that ether tunnel, run up to the crystal nearby, suck it up, and take the tunnel back down and shoot the crate again. Then for the last one, we just need to run back to Speed Cola, take the ether tunnel up, head over to Juggernog and go past it, and suck up the crystal located on the edge of the map there. We don't need to be in the Dark Ether to actually shoot the crate, and so we can just head downstairs the normal way back to the Pack-a-Punch room and fire the final shot at the crate. If done correctly, all 3 domes should be lit up, and you'll have arguably the best upgrade for the worst wonder weapon ever. Take this to the Speed Cola room and shoot the final prong that has a yellowish color on the end, and we have charged the purification chamber. Now the computer system will tell us that we need a decontamination agent, and a new anomaly will spawn in the hallway between Speed Cola and the arsenal. Interact with it and head back up to the catwalk in Speed Cola near the Type 63 wall by. Another apparition will spawn here, and we can interact with it, and there's literally nothing to do, so just chill for a minute as the zombies will ignore you. Once they're done, you'll be sent back, and on the ground where they were standing will be an ether wrench. Grab that and head back to the spawn room. Once topside, interact with the tank 3 times, and a zombie will pop out of it. Kill him, and then stick the tank with the Semtex we got earlier. After a second or 2, the tank will fire a shot hitting a tree up by the crash site, so head there. On the ground is the decontamination agent, but once you get close, a whole mess of dogs will spawn along with a heavy armor zombie. Take care of those guys, trying not to kill your last zombie, then pick up the part and carry it back downstairs to the chamber on the wall next to the Type 63 wall by. After all that, we now need to acquire a subject to put into the chamber, and that subject is the 2 halves of a split Megaton. If you're playing solo, this isn't so hard as you will only ever get 1 Megaton at a time, but in multiplayer in later rounds, multiple Megatons will spawn, and if you put 2 Megaton bombers or 2 Megaton blasters into the chamber, it will reject them and you'll have to try again later, so just be careful. Just avoid the Megaton and be super careful running around and getting down to a low number of zombies, then split the Megaton and literally just run around the Speed Cola room until you can get both of them underneath the chamber. They will go in one at a time, so just keep trying until you get it. Once they're there, we can head back to the computer and interact with it. This will trigger a little mini cutscene. All of the zombies will despawn, and the Megaton will return somewhat to its former self. He will then break out of the chamber and run into the particle accelerator room and turn the lights off in there. Once the doors open to the observation chamber, there will be a ton of dogs and Megatons that spawn, so get the hell out of there as fast as possible to a wide open space and take care of all the enemies. Once you've gotten down to a reasonable number of zombies, head to the room we got the D.I.E. Shockwave from and interact with our final anomaly. Go to the next room, and all the way at the back corner by the 1911 wall by will be the final apparition we can interact with. Watch the scene, and once you get transported back, there will be our final collectible item, the family photo, lying on the table. Once you interact with this, you will be taken to the final fight, and there is no turning back. So go get any perks, pack-a-punch, tier upgrades, equipment, or whatever you feel like you might need. I always take stem shots and the D.I.E. Electrobolt, since there are a load of Megatons that spawn during the final fight. Whenever you're ready, interact with it, and you will be warped to the pack-a-punch room. Orlov, the Megaton we, quote, fixed. We'll explain that he will help us shut down the machine, and you need to protect him so that he can get it done. He doesn't take damage, so he cannot die, but if a zombie hits him, he will get stunned temporarily, with it being even longer if he gets hit by Plaguehound Gas. Now, for the final fight, I would recommend switching to Cryo-freeze, because I have noticed recently that Deadwire can actually arc to Orlov and stun him, so go ahead and do that now while he is talking. Just to give you an idea, here are the 3 locations Orlov will go while you need to defend him. First, he will come over here, then over here, and lastly down here. If you use your Ring of Fire and D.I.E. Electrobolt to slice through all the zombies and Megatons using stem shots as needed, you should be able to defend the first site quite easily. Once he moves, it'll be a little tougher, and you might have to run around because you'll run out of die ammo, so either buy more ammo or switch to your shotgun. Then just do this again for the 3rd location. By now your Ring of Fire should be charged up again, so just use that. And once he's done, all the zombies should despawn, and he will say that it's going to go nuclear and you need to leave. Buy more ammo for your die if you can afford it, then head to the doorway that leads to the Deadshot Daiquiri room. Now for this final step, we need to navigate our way to the pond so that we can exfil, and you will see a bunch of white energy spiking up out of the ground. These will insta-down you. Do not touch them. If you follow the same route that I'm about to show you, then you should be fine. Go into the Deadshot room and drop down into the opening into the floor. Go to the wall across from where you dropped down, mantle back up, then mantle up the railing that's right in front of you. Go through the hallway, take a left, and head up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, take a right, and make your way out of the tunnel. Then we need to go right and down the hill to reach the pond area. Just navigate very carefully, and Raptor 1 will be there in a few seconds to pick you up. Use your D.I.E. to kill any zombies you see, and as soon as Raptor 1 is low enough, run up to the helicopter and interact with it. And that's it. We beat the Die Maschine Easter egg. I hope this guide helped you guys, and thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.